Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to see how to regenerate the boot image or the initramfs for the Linux distribution. So different Linux distributions have the different methods to regenerate the boot image or the initramfs. So in OpenSUSE we are using Dracut. So it is an application to regenerate the boot image or create the boot image. In Endeavour it is using make init cpio. So both work, and Dracut is the latest one, so it is considered better than make init cpio. So what happens is, why it is required I will tell you. Suppose you got some core updates to the system, you have got some updates to the driver. For example, you got the NVIDIA driver update. So what happens is, the boot image of a system always contains the necessary core files and the these drivers for the hardware. So whenever the updates happen to the core system or to the drivers, the boot image is obsolete, so you require to update the boot image. So to update the boot image, you have to regenerate the boot image. So once the new boot image is generated, the older ones get automatically deleted, and if there is some warning, if the boot generation fails, then automatically the old boot images can be used to reboot the system, and the system will continue to work. So whenever we generate the boot image, the system links to the boot image get updated. If the boot image generation fails, then the system links that have been updated during the boot image, they will also fail, and the system will go back to the system links for the old boot image, and you can reboot and boot into the old boot image. So this is how the system works, and this is the requirement for the regeneration of the boot images or the initramfs for all the Linux distributions. I have told you there are two methods, Dracut or the make init cpio. So in OpenSUSE we using the Dracut. So the command is sudo dracut space -f space -- regenerate all. So when you give the command regenerate all, it will generate the boot image for all the kernels that are installed by the user in the system. So I have installed two kernels, and you will see how the both kernels boot image is updated. So you have to just enter, give your sudo password, and it will start the regeneration. So here you can see the first kernel that is been picked up is the latest one, which is the default kernel for the system 6.7.2-1. It will also show some warnings. So if the warnings are critical, the regeneration of boot image will fail, and you can safely reboot into the older boot image. And if the generation of the boot image is okay, then the system links will get updated, and they will point to the newer boot image, and during the next reboot the system will automatically pick up the latest regenerated boot image, and it will boot the system, and the older boot image will get deleted. So here you can see it has also generated the boot image for the older kernel, that is 6.7.4-1. So first it went for the newer kernel 6.7.2-1, and later it went for the older kernel 6.7.4-1. So this is how it is automatically done. You have to do nothing. You have to just give the command and let the command execute itself, and it will regenerate the boot image. So I will stop the video here. See you in the next video with some other technicality of Linux. Bye bye.